MGM Mike, and you rocking with Nolazine. Let's get it.
This episode is brought to you by the Loyalty Club, one of the hottest brands out, where they keep their items limited and only for the loyal few. Check us out online at theloyaltyclub.us, or if you're in the New Orleans area, you can check us out at our flagship store, 841 Fulton Street. You already know what time it is. Only for the loyal few, club time.
Right? So, if we already did an interview before, people know where you're from and all that. Hey, but you had the same jury last time, so we got we got to do a little jury check right now.
Jury check. What we checking
how much
on?
you got on right now?
Oh man, for sure. About a 70. About a 70.
About like 70 key.
70. About a 70.
So I always want to ask this question to somebody. Somebody spent I'm like 70K on jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it was one good investment?
The best that I've made in music, yeah, because the seriousness. I was actually talking to somebody about this yesterday. Like, your raps could get worse, and they'll respect you more the more jewelry you get. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't give you a chance unless they see you got jewelry. That's been my experience. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I look at just strategic thinking. You know what I mean? Things like Marvel, and you go to New York, and they run commercials 24/7. And I just look at this as a walking commercial. So I spend X amount of dollars on just being a walking commercial, because when people see it, they say, well, he got to be somebody. Or, you know what I mean? Anything like that. So if I can have a commercial on 24 hours out of the day, then I really win. I don't even think I think it's worth way more than what I paid. You know what I mean?
It's a billboard.
24/7 billboard. Yeah. A 24/7 Super Bowl commercial. Really, that's how I look at it. I mean, I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. That's just how I look at it. Right. And investing in myself, that's number one.
And so, speaking on but your raps could get whack and different things like that. Like, I think the music game has actually changed. Like, people don't really care about the actual music.
No, don't.
It's like you gotta sell yourself as a brand.
Absolutely.
Like, you gotta keep your face on the blogs, keep your name.
Yeah.
Like, cause a lot of music really. It depends how much money you spent on the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
If they could drill it in your head if they want to.
I agree.
So,
yeah. I think music has gotten better if you would change. I know, like, if you listen to music from the 90s, it's definitely different than that. If you listen to music from the 2000s, 2010s, it's definitely different than that. So, but if you can't change and adapt and pivot to what's going on, you're gonna get lost anyway. That's not just in music. That's in anything. Real estate. Finance, whatever the case, stocks, whatever, So I think music is going positive. And I think one of the biggest things that's changed and people have a problem with is that women really got a big following and a big thing going on. Like, let's say last night we was at the Money Bag thing, and Sexy Red I seen was at 34. Big following. Like, a lot of girls are on the Sexy Red. Cardi, Lotto, Glow, Nikki still. I mean, the names go on and on. Y'all got old girl out here who I really like. Treated. What's the other girl who Read It? Like, it's females have. I think that's a big part of what's changing as well. And some people can adapt to that. Some people can't. But I think that's a positive thing. I think it's a positive thing. I think it's also what you said is it's not just music. Like, people will get to your music after they want to follow who you are, So if your personality is good, people like what you're doing. If you're funny, like if you look at Cardi, people love Cardi just because she's herself. People love Glow because she's herself. Right. Sexy Red, love her because she's herself. Now, whether you think that's positive or negative, that's your own opinion. But I think that's what's changing. People is following who you are and then get to the music like that.
Speaking of Sexy Red, I know you're not from New Orleans, but she just dropped like a little preview of her new song, like it with the bounce music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she have a person from New Orleans?
No. And GDP just posting but like her whole style on the song is actually what these girls are doing here, and we feel like if it keep happening, and if the industry not giving the proper people, if they respect and putting them on, so it's like if you'll rather somebody else do it. So and so how do you feel about people going like actually artists taking other people culture? Do you feel like they do you feel like artists are actually bringing light to the to the culture, or are they just being like culture vultures?
You talking about for Bounce particular or anything?
Bounce. I'm talking about like I'm gonna say Drake, but but Drake show love when he actually do it. Like he actually go to the person city and do everything. But like they got a lot of artists, and but like I'm gonna say like drill.
Okay.
Like and but like most people don't know about actually what drill come from. Like, but I first was introduced to like drill rap, like with that beat that like most of the artists are like using in NY way overseas
in London.
Yeah, they was using it in London, and I started seeing like the people in New York act like they like it was acting like it was theirs.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I stay on point with the question. What do I think about people taking without giving credit?
The mainstream artists.
The mainstream. I think that's anybody that takes anything that's not theirs without giving credit is wrong. I think that for sure. And you go all the way back to school with plagiarism. These are your ideas or not, so you need to give people the credit for that. Not only that, I think New Orleans as a whole doesn't get credit for how influential y'all are across the world. I can't think of a city. I can't think of one. Maybe New York, maybe, but not even close to where when you hear somebody talking, you know where they from. And I'm not just talking about Louisiana. I'm talking about they from New Orleans. You know what I mean? So y'all have that, and so it's very hard for somebody to try to take that and not know where that came from. You know what I mean? And then depending on how deep you go with the layers, I'll give you an example like Juvenile. To me, was the first person who was a conversationalist rapper. So he can talk. He makes a rap by how he talks. You know what I mean? But you have rappers that do that now, but they don't give Juvenile the credit. That's just my opinion, you know what I mean? So,
everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, so if you look at, even if you listen to Drake, you know what I'm saying? He's a conversationalist rapper. Like you can literally hear him saying it. You know what I'm saying? She just started to and look back at me and say, baby, it's real. You know what I mean? And he's just talking about a conversation that he had, no different than Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? So people shouldn't take it. I don't think that anybody can not be influenced by New Orleans, especially if you're down here. But y'all have so much influence that it's
I think the world is actually influenced by us now.
I definitely not now. I think since 98.
No, I'm talking about like Ben. I'm talking about ever since
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say since 90. I'm gonna say since Master P.
So 96. Yeah, 95, 96. I'll give you that.
As soon as Master P came out, he came out hitting the ground running.
Ain't no doubt.
Then but Cash Money just took it to another level. But like Master P really brought the attention to New Orleans.
I'll give you that. Yep.
You gotta give credit.
Ain't no doubt. I'm Birdman number one. So we talked about that last time. So that's the first thing.
So we're gonna bring and we're gonna keep on the subject about the music right quick.
Okay.
So I think this is missing in the music industry. And I'm trying to push this whole on a narrative. This always been in hip hop. Mm-hmm. People don't have R&B artists singing on their songs no more. No doubt. They don't have the females in the videos like that. Like if the dudes don't have the treatment for their videos, but now you don't even actually see too many people actually hire like video vixens. They just hire strippers. They just go straight to like, man, I'm not about to look for this bad girl. I'm about to go to a strip club, say, girl, you want me in the video?
Yeah.
I'm about to give you this much money.
Okay.
So how you feel about, how the game has like changed like this?
I agree. I'm actually trying to go back to that. So if you look at my last two videos, one I got shadow banned for, which was the 6 years later. And you look at the treatment that me and Jerk, shout out to Jerk, that we did for the Man video. Just with the cars and the stuff like that. I think people are getting away from that and just going to running guns and not doing treatments. Actually, yesterday was a whole day before we went to the concert was our whole day for the treatments of the videos that are coming up. You know what I mean? I do think people have gotten away from that, and I do think it'll come back because everything goes full circle. You know what I mean? So I believe that people will pay attention to videos with very beautiful women in there before they see me running around, running gun in the backyard or in the kitchen or in a grocery store, whatever the case people be doing. So I do think that's missing. I do think that's an avenue that I'm going to definitely take advantage of and put in our videos. Shout out my cameraman Lou, that's the dude behind you know what I mean, Lou Vegas Visuals. But we definitely talking about that and going to execute that for sure. Absolutely. So I agree with you on that.
All right, just so as anybody can see, if they follow you, like, hey, but you rock with, like, Jitty Young and Hard, like, he's,
absolutely.
But he has been gone for a while now. You still keeping, if it's lame alive.
Long live 23.
But, some people might see that, I don't usually like to get in, in people street business or hip hop beat for something, but you also want, I'm like big supporter of like Young Boy.
Fucking right.
So like, like I'm gonna ask this, but I want you to put it, how you want to put it.
Okay.
Like, how you feel about people just, choosing sides? Cause like, cause at the same time you are one music artist and you in the music business. Like, what happens in they beat shouldn't have nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I want to hear, but how you feel about those situations? How if you had a personal relationship with Jada Youngin, but you love, Young Boy, his music.
Absolutely. What I think about that is, you'll survive life minding your own fucking business. You know what I'm saying? So whatever problem them men had, that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Again, long live 23 forever. I'll scream that till I'm gone. And I that's the first person who in this music business I seen it happen. Like when I met Jay, I had more everything than Jay, and that changed in 120 days. It was, and never changed again. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Young Boy, I see this and I love his music. I love his genuine, this is who I am, and I think everybody should be like that. So if I love Jada Youngin and I love what he got going on, if they have a problem, that ain't got nothing to do with me. No different than Thug and Lucha. I love Lucha music, period. I want to do a song dedicated to Lucha, One of the songs that I originally did was Still Don't Know No Better, which is a Lucha song, you know what I mean? But Thug, I love Thug. And there's nothing you can make me, I ain't got nothing to fucking do. I'll take it even a step further. They situation, whatever that is, which is none of my business, if you really look at those guys, they ain't even they own enemies right now. Thug got he got people around him that's trying to sink him. And when they asked Lucha, he said no. Now this supposed to be your enemy. And when he had a chance to really sink you and do you, he chose not to do that. So again, why anybody would choose a side if you don't have to? I don't know. That ain't none of my business either. But as far as me picking a side or getting involved in something that ain't got nothing to do with me, I'll never do that. Not only with people that I don't know, but with people that I do know. You know what I mean? So I think we should all mind. This happens with, a student of Birdman, like he says, he was always raised to just mind your fucking business. What if this artist and what Puff and them got going on in his artists or whatever ain't got nothing to do with Birdman, even if he has a feeling about it. And that's how I look at it. What these artists got to do with each other ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm trying to elevate me and mine and my people, and I express that to everybody that I'm around, because I think, you minding your own business is going to give you the longevity that you need. And really, the business is about relationships. So if you pick a side and then they get back together, you really lost the business or the relationship with the other person. So yeah, I don't get in that fucking shit, man. I mind my business and I keep it moving like that,
Gotcha. But like, people need to take heed of that. Like, you need to mind your business anyway.
Period.
Like, in the streets and
you're
gonna live a long time.
Absolutely.
Minding your business.
Mind
the business that pays you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like, even people be getting mad at, if a lot of these bloggers and different people out here, like, I try not to get people business. I don't even post people. I don't really post too much news and like what's going on with people. I kind of like try to stick to the script of the music, but but last night, when we saw you with, I'm like Finesse 2 times, and he made a comment actually this week. So I'm gonna ask you about that before I ask you how about the conversation went with y'all.
Okay.
But he said that they need to stop killing the rappers and they need to start killing the bloggers. Like, how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about what he said? Ain't none of my business. That's what that
I'm talking about like how you feel about that opinion, because you in the music business and he trying to
yeah.
How do
I feel about
I don't think the rappers should get killed, but like, I'm gonna tell you this. I had this conversation with somebody. They said, man, the only rappers that's really getting killed are the rappers that's like continuing putting their street business out there like that. Like, if you like a rapper that's rapping about what we talk about here. Like you rap about women and all that type of stuff. Nobody that gonna put you
No.
in that category like a J. Cole riding around on his
by
bike
himself.
with no security.
No.
Like he don't need that. So like when you kind of put yourself like you know if you the most hardest gangster you fear about it, somebody gonna try you.
Yeah.
Cause like a lot of people from like certain main cities feel like everywhere else not like where they from, but they don't know they got gangsters everywhere.
Period. Yeah. So what? Again, I want to answer your question.
But
Whatever he said about the bloggers is what
Yeah.
that man said. I ain't. I
Yeah.
ain't none of my business. Like we just talked about. Like if that's what he thinks, then that's what he thinks. Ain't none of my business. So, you know, that man's a leader and he got his own thing. And what I think somebody should do is really think about why he would say something like that. So, if he did say something like that, which I trust what you said, I didn't see that, but if he did say something like that, what do you think made him say something like that? I'm asking you as a blogger.
I'm not a blogger. I'm a media.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a full media company.
So let's
but
just say,
I'm gonna say, as a person in the media, he probably felt like shit. If the media is like, I'm like continually. Well, I'm actually keep pushing, you know, the whole narrative of like music beef and putting people business out there. So he probably feel like, well, ever since y'all killing rappers, y'all might well kill a blogger too.
So let's look at it a different way. Again, his opinion and none of my business. But how many times have you seen they post bullshit about people, like negativity, right? I'm asking you, like how many times have you seen blog sites post the negative of what happens around somebody, around people? Now that's rhetorical. Right? I'm just asking you rhetorical. Now let's just use that man specifically. That man got the little king with him. You know what I'm talking about? The little guy who rap. Okay. How many blogs have posted that a black man has taken another young black kid and given him a mentor at the age of whatever that young boy is? How many people have posted that?
None.
Thank you. So, if all you're going to do is post every concert this man has that a problem has, but you don't talk about what he does that nobody in the fucking America does, then shit, if he feel like that, then what? Or how he wrong? He can't be wrong.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Absolutely. But I'm saying let's just talk about objectivity.
Being real.
Let's just talk, let's be real about it. So we talk about for the culture, for the culture, for the culture. Is that not for the culture? Right? Right or wrong? So say Cheese should be posting that. You should be posting that. Jeter should be posting that. You know, college kid, everybody should be posting that. We should be posting that. But y'all would rather post, you know, I ain't even gonna get like people, not y'all.
Everybody,
people would rather post
negativity. Every media platform is different. Like
so if that man thinks like that, I think the first question should be why. I learned that this morning from my cameraman. How what a person's actions are, why does he do that? And you need to go from that point. Not only that, if you see that man, ask that man exactly what that is. I'm not saying you had the opportunity, but you know, rather than, you know, post it and just think about it. Because even if he posted that to whatever he posted, or wherever he said that, and somebody posted it, nobody had to share that. You could have kept that to yourself, but they would rather share that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think about it. But shout out to that man for what he's doing. If nobody else said it, mentoring King, I met, you know, I shot dice with him last night. That's a whole another story. But
hey, but did you win?
I don't lose often. I'll say that. So.
And so you beat that little kid.
Shout out to King, man. I like King. King's son. I met them guys last night, but I want to specifically, I love, like, even his energy, bro. You got to be around it and see it in the flesh. I love that shit. Like, I met Buddy about 15, 20 minutes, like, literally, you know, shooting out with and love the energy that little man got. So, he has to get that energy from his mentor.
Right.
And me and Finesse didn't do no conversating or nothing. He was doing his leadership thing or what he had to do.
Right.
But he has to get that from there because this is what you see every day. So if this is positive, that got to be positive. And when I do get to mix it up with him, I'll tell him that to his face. If I hope he sees this, so I can tell him to his face. I respect that because we don't do that enough as men, as black men for sure.
So speaking on, you know, that whole topic of, you know, gambling with everything, like I saw like a lot of people in the comments in the media used to be like, man, these grown men gambling with this little boy if they're not teaching him nothing. And like, you know, anybody know you, like you're a real better. Like you know, you MGM. Like that's all. You got it for betting. Yeah. So
I ain't
like,
ran from no bet ever.
So like, how do you feel
About gambling with him?
Like, you know, how you feel about how the people feel like, you know,
fuck a people.
like adults shouldn't be gambling with a kid.
Fuck about no nigga. Man, I was just talking about not to. Can we cuss? I've been cussing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk
your shit.
I don't give a fuck about no nigga opinion about what the fuck I do, man. I take care of people. Period. For now, and I don't mean to keep speaking on this man, but if I speak on somebody, I speak on positivity. That man taking care of that little dude. Period. I don't know what the fuck I give a fuck. But like, then the people who be coming they don't take care of nobody. Unless you sleeping, motherfucker got no responsibilities. Of course you could comment on what another motherfucker got going on, because if you got some business, you ain't got no time to worry about what another motherfucker got going on. So, yeah, I don't care nothing about what, you know. Now, there are things that I think that a kid shouldn't be doing. Now, if somebody thinks that gambling is one of them, then all right, cool, I respect that. But I don't give a fuck about what nobody think about that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't care nothing about that, you know. So he's not hurting nobody. That boy is making money at an early age, more than I was making when I was there, and I respect that. Period. Gotcha. Yeah, period. So fuck their opinion. That's
moving on from there.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
What's the average day like for you?
That is a great question, bro. I don't get much rest, so the average day is working. I probably, out of the day, I work about 20. I could say, honest to God, 20 hours out the day. Like, for real, rather that's, and I'm not saying like manual, you know, but writing down my daily questions of what I want to accomplish for the day. Working out first, you know. I work out twice a day. Writing down my daily questions of what I want to do for the day. Calling my network and, you know, checking on people. Helping people, you know, on the road, working, you know, music, relationships, business, 24/7. I'm on that 24/7 even when I go to sleep. Before praying, I'm thinking about what I got to do for the next day. So average day, I'd say about 20 hours I get. Before people start doing the numbers, let me just do it a little better and say 18 hours. And I'll give me about 4 hours of sleep, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, here and there I get to gamble if I get a chance. I'm always going to do that. Put my bet in, you know what I mean? I did that before I came, by the way. Yeah, I work my ass off, man. That's why I ain't got no sympathy for a nigga who don't go out there and get it, like, you know. And I'm not saying people don't come out on hard time, but I work my ass off. So I seen Slim Thug say this. I get up in the morning and no, I don't want to give you all the fucking any money I work my ass off for. Like, I work hard, for real. Like, you can come, anybody. I challenge anybody to come and come to my hotel and stay with me for a week and see what it is. And I promise you, either you with this shit or you ain't with this shit. And I'm built for this shit, period. So yeah, I work my ass off every day. And anybody who's around me or been around me, they can vouch for that. And I challenge anybody to say something different.
Gotcha. So,
yeah.
You know, it was like, I mean, living off of 4 hours of sleep every day. Like,
not good.
What's your advice to someone who want to, you know, follow behind your lead and like really gamble for a living?
Yeah. I would tell you, never gamble. I wish I wouldn't have taken, I ain't gonna say that. Gambling is boy, you gotta have a real heart for this, because it goes up and down, like, you know, it's some ups and downs. But I was actually talking to Bank. Shout out Bank. You know, he's from the East. You know, me and him are partners and stuff like that. But he's a gambler as well. And I was telling him, much like the movie Slumdog Millionaire. I don't know, you seen Slumdog Millionaire before? Okay. So, make a long story short, he went through a bunch of things as a kid, and then he got on the show of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the questions they was asking him, he was going back to what experience that made him know that answer, right? So I think the highs and lows of gambling that I've went through my whole life allow me to deal with this music shit, because, man, you could think you're going to meet, let's say, Birdman finna be in the city, and you say, Mike, man, I'm going to let you meet Birdman. I'm up, boy, and then it fall through, and then you're down. Like, I done did that a billion times already. So I don't get too up, don't get too down about nothing that happens. I just know that if I continue to work hard, I'm going to get in the space that I need to get to. So that's the thing I take for it, yeah.
Yeah, but you actually, I mean, met Birdman, though.
I did.
Shout
out GDP. Shout out GDP. I went to Miami, and I got to meet him, and that's my idol. Everybody who knows that, I call myself Actress the Second, self-acclaimed Actress the Second. But yeah, I gave him my merch. I told him, you know, he's my idol. and I got to sit there and listen to him talk. Like if everybody who knows me, who I told that to, because I didn't get no pictures or nothing with him, you know what I mean? But I told them that I met, like they really was proud of me because they know how. And I'm talking about this been since I was 15, like I really been wanting to be that man. I call myself that man, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big moment for me in my career, in my life. Fuck the music. That was just, and because I think he's such a monumental and motivational person for this craft for sure, that if you don't like him, like you really can't be motivated by much, or you just hating either way. So yeah, I did get to meet him. Shout out GDP who allowed me to go with him and see him and suck up that game for that time that we was with him for sure.
Right. And speaking on GDP, you know, a person who's, you know, helping a lot of people, like about how important do you think it is and for a person to actually, you know, help artists and bring artists on a ride along with them, because like he didn't have to do that. He could have just went to Miami on his own. But you know, everybody brought buku artists with him.
What do I think is how instrumental is that?
Yeah.
I wish more of us would do that. Yeah, that is the important. That's actually, and I don't like speaking negatively about much, and I'm not gonna say this is even negative, but if you look at the people who are winning, the areas that are winning, it is always the areas that are working together. So everybody talks about the Atlanta's, cool, everybody understands that. But the Texas market, like, man, you'll see D-Baby with Sauce Walker. You'll see, you know, Maxo Cream with, you know, they just all do it, you know. In the cities that don't, I'm in New Orleans, and everybody that I talk to talk about that situation here, you know. Mississippi, where I'm from, shit, boy, nigga ain't helping you out with nothing, period. But it's cool, and this happened last night. Like, they gonna have to deal with me, period, because, you know, once you see them on, like, all right, exactly what you say. Why don't you? Again, we asked the question why. So if you got a plug into the concert where these artists are gonna be, and you see this dude over here grinding, why you don't call him and be like, hey man, I know you're grinding. Hey, come on with me. Let's just see if we can make it. It might not happen, but let's just see. I got that in my power to do, right? Why don't you do that? People choose not to, and cool, that's yours. But to get back on GDP, if he takes his time, his platform to put people on there, you got to respect that, man. And nothing but positivity is gonna happen from you doing that. He ain't the only one that do that. Shout out to the doctor. The doctor do that. You know what I mean? Posting people, and other blogs. You've done that as well. Like for me, I can't speak on what you done for other people, but you've done that for me. So I do nothing but do the same. You know, because you never know what that's gonna go into. And what's me and my partner talk about this all the time, is the difference between price and cost. So a lot of times you have to pay to play. So let's just say a feature. So let's say you get a feature from an artist, $2,500, right? But what did that $2,500 get you? Boom. So I'll give you an example of me personally. Sauce Wood winning. Shout out to TSF, Sauce Wood winning. Shout out Sauce Walker. I did a feature with Wood probably 2020, something like that. Sauce Wood winning. Cost me X amount of dollars. He introduced me to Gio, plug Gio, shout out Gio, who is my jeweler out of Houston. From there, I met Moneybag and others, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How much would that entry fee be to even be around Moneybag, yo, or to be around Sauce Walker? That's what you really have to, but people ain't thinking that far. They want to do a feature with him just to tell a hoes in the hood that you did that, but ain't thinking about how much the video gonna cost or how much the marketing you need to put behind that. You know what I mean? That all has to make sense. So yeah, I don't think
people don't think that far.
People don't think that far. But that's cool. I like that. I like that.
They like even in relationships, how you was just saying, you know, how you know. It be like people like me and GD, like
very important to the culture.
And like I talk to GD often, like I tell people like, look, far as I can't speak on nobody's business, but Nolazine, if you spend some type of money with me, if I try to go the extra mile, and if I might write you an article or give you something more than like, because I know being a music artist is like very expensive. It's high, people ain't giving you nothing, so I try to like show you some type of appreciation. But you know, I can't speak on everybody. But it's like how you were saying about the features, like, you know, a lot of artists are like a lot of independent artists are getting jacked.
That's
you know,
a
they
fact.
spending money on features, and these
That's
people
a
ain't
fact.
clearing it. These people know it. Like these people know their record label not gonna clear it.
So why? Hold on. Let's get back to it though. Why are they getting jacked?
If we're not knowing the business,
Thank you. So whose fault is that?
theirs.
So they ain't getting jacked at all.
Right.
They get that. What's happening is exactly what happens when you don't prepare. Facts. I've done it. Listen. What is the point? Any artist, please listen to me. What is the point of paying what it was when I used to do it, $1,100 for 8 minutes to perform in front of an artist? What is the point of that? When you can take that same $1,100 and put it on Instagram and get your shit in front of 250,000 people. Now I done paid $1,100 for 8 minutes and got 2 followers. 2 followers from that night. So I gave somebody $550 to follow me. And this other person, $550 to follow me. When I could spend them fame $550 and get 120 followers. You don't think about it like that. All you want to do is for the hood. I perform in front of money. I done did it. I done did it. I'm speaking negatively about myself. I done did it. So what I had to do was say, what the fuck am I spending this money for? For what? Them niggas don't know me, don't give a fuck about me.
They don't even want to see you.
They don't even care about you.
I used to do concerts, so I was about to speak on my advice to artists.
Okay,
You gonna spend even $400 on like performing before artists. You could take that same $400 and get probably like a couple thousand business cards with your QR code and walk around the crowd and buy drinks at the bar.
Ain't no doubt.
You're gonna build more fan base in the crowd than you going up there in front of them because the people ain't come to see you.
Man, listen, I looked at a video because I did the 6 Years Later video, which is a Lucci song, and I've been doing it 6 years now, and I was just looking at the crowd or when I was performing one time, which I'd never seen before. This is the first time I've seen it. And I'm jumping on the stage, and the people are just like this. Like, you ever seen SpongeBob and the people just looking at me, like, they just blink. They not doing nothing. I'm thinking to myself, man, I really thought I was doing something. Boy, I was on that night, and they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about that. So my game would be, I'm gonna give somebody a plate right now. Let's say, what'd you say, $400? $400. Call your t-shirt company. $400, you could probably get you 100 shirts. So you got your 100 shirts. You can sell them shirts $20 a piece. So to get your money back, you need to sell 20. Sell 20 shirts, get your money back, and give away the other 80. Give them away. And when you give them people a shirt, there's not a nigga in the world that's not going to take a free shirt. Not one. Right? So you got your 20 followers who, this the game, you got your 20 real followers who going to give you your $20. You're going to make your money back and then go to your 80 new people who you're trying to make them a follower and give it to them. And when you give it to them, say, you mind follow me. Every one of them is going to do that. And out of them 80, only 10 might be solid and stay with you. But you got 10 new ones for free. And do that 200 times. See, this is the part that niggas don't want to do, is the 200 times. Right. Nigga get his $400 back, but the 200 times, and then you gotta drive to Houston and do that. Right. That's one, and drive to Florida. Nigga don't want to do that.
I'm gonna speak on that, like, you know, but that art was actually lost once everybody felt they could be a rapper on the internet. Like once every rapper felt they could be on the internet, guerrilla marketing and like you know like real street promotion has died. No doubt. I only see real street promotion during certain events in different cities, and mainly in Atlanta. Atlanta, you can ride in the hood, you gonna see somebody poster all through that thing.
Yeah. You ain't following everybody because it's some of us that's doing it. You know, I respect them too.
I'm talking about like currently, like you gonna see it really in the city.
Oh, okay.
A strong presence. Like you'll see it during like a festival weekend.
Ain't no doubt.
Or like you know, if you might see some people flyer in some hoods.
Yeah.
On some, I'm like abandoned buildings.
Gotcha.
I'm talking about like a strong presence of seeing independent artists you never saw. I saw in Atlanta a lot.
Ain't no doubt.
But like, you know, you go to Miami or something, Rolling Loud or South by Southwest, you gonna see it
all the time.
But like, you don't see it often enough like you saw it back in the day, like when the Cash Money, like how you said about that T-shirt thing, like but I treat my media company like Birdman treated Cash Money.
No doubt.
So I'm investing money. So I'm basically every time I see a homeless person, I'm giving them a Nolazine shirt. So you liable to ride under that bridge and see boo people with a Nolazine shirt, or you might see kids. You gonna see everybody with this. I'm gonna make sure that brand be known.
Check this out. This is a fact right now, and I'm gonna take you to my car so you can get yours. I travel. I live in Europe. I travel with 2 suitcases, one with clothes, one with merch. Right now, that suitcase is in my trunk, and everywhere I go, I pop that trunk and I give somebody something for free. Like I'm about to give you for free. Every fucking day. Do you understand what I'm saying? Until it's gone. And then I close my, I fill that suitcase, empty suitcase with new clothes that I bought from all this trip, and I take it home and I do that. You see how many times you see me in the States? I don't live here. Who's doing that? Now I want you to, let's talk about who is doing that. I want you to name them.
I'm a Key Sweat.
There you go.
Nobody. Yeah. I'll tell about that. I say Key Sweat, nobody.
So you just got to be strong enough, strategic enough, and focused enough to understand that it's going to happen. It's not going to happen when you think, because I'd have blew up 5 years ago. It's not going to happen when you think. It's going to be the least expected thing that gets you through that door, but you have to continue to work because you don't know what that's going to be. And so that's what I'm on, and I'll continue to. I appreciate you. I appreciate G. I appreciate the doctor for people who notice my grind and help me. Everybody who's helped me. Shout out Free Marla G. Marla G didn't have me in the city 3-4 years now. Shout out to the whole East Side who really embraced me. Travis, Teasy, Bang for Show, a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, that have just helped me out, man, and that's been the people who've given me ideas as well to do this thing. So that's what I think we should do, man. And so I gave that free game. I want my acknowledgement for giving that free game. Whoever used that, just hit me up and let me know you used that and how it went for you. Yeah.
So like, what made you move out the country?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna take that out there.
Yeah, we're gonna take that. Yeah.
So what do you think is the state of the music industry right now?
Well, if you listen to at the YouTube event you was at, you listen to P. He says more money in the music than there's ever been. He know way more than me, so I gotta go with that. It's more music. The one guy who asked about the streaming thing, I don't think that people should focus on making tons of money off the music. I think you have to focus on what is making the money. And then there's levels to that part. So you have to get your following up enough to be able to drive them to what generates income, right? So if you can get that's what everybody's doing. And let's even go further. All right, I know you're a smart guy, and I know you've been studying this. Let's look at what's the white boy boxing?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Where Jake Paul started from?
YouTube.
No. Nope.
He started YouTube?
Nope. Disney. Jake Paul was on Disney.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, Jake Paul was on Disney, then got his following, a kid star, then went to here, then monetized that with the boxing. No different than, what's the little girl, little skinny thing, she looked black one time and white one time, can sing her ass off. She did the song with The Weeknd. Save your tears for, huh? No. Man, the little girl can sing so bad, so good. But she's a superstar and I can't remember her name, bro. But anyway, same thing. Even go back to Drake. Drake had a following from Degrassi. Then you win here and then you take it here. You see what I'm saying? So why don't we use this same thing? Shit, what's the little the girl who got the talk show? Olivia from the Cosby Show. Following, pick a craft, take it here. That's what you really have to do. So I'm not saying don't have good music. You have to have good music if you're gonna try to, but you have to get the following really first. Pick what you're gonna mind and then take it there.
You don't always have to have good music. Sometimes you could just be one hit wonder.
What is good music though?
Right.
That's objective.
Right.
I mean subjective. That's subjective.
Everyone had this is what I tell people every day. Everyone hit me up, man. I'm the coolest rapper. I'm the dopest rapper. I tell people it ain't up to me to like your music.
Ain't no doubt.
Like I'm one person.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be looking for just me to like your music.
Yeah.
I tell you, I can only help you get out to the masses, and you can find you an audience.
Absolutely.
Because everybody not gonna like your music. Like I don't like a lot of top music artists out right now that's on the radio.
Yeah.
But the people know how to market them right to actually promote them to a certain crowd to build their following.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is our culture. You use jail as the follow. So go from jail to music to, you see what I'm saying? As soon as a nigga get out of jail, you can blow. Let a nigga get shot.
Yeah, but I actually use jail to actually build my YouTube following. Like I know everybody in jail
Ain't no doubt.
has an Android phone.
Period.
And they gotta have Gmail on their phone. So I tell everybody who write me from jail, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
This gonna keep you
absolutely
knowing what's going on in the streets.
Yeah. So check this out. Again, you just have to be strategic. You can get shot and blow.
Yeah.
You just have to have a following. So 50 Cent did this. I'm not saying that he got shot to blow. I'm saying he was doing music, but when he got shot,
no more and get to blow, everybody get shot.
The little girl just did it. Got shot in the face and did a video from the hospital bed.
Right, well, yes,
get shot. Use your and go.
But I'm saying if everybody get shot, ain't blowing. Now 50 Cent was red, and he was the first person 9 times he could rap.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
Pac did it. I got shot 5 times, and then he went to jail and blew. Like I'm not saying that's why.
But he was already.
Pac came out of jail and went completely. But them 8 months was unreal for a nigga coming out of jail. Unreal.
It's because he changed his life. He went from
jail changes everybody.
Yeah, no, he went from all around the world to say. Then he went to. If he went from happy Pac to thug like Pac.
There's no way you can come out of jail happy Pac. There's no way possible.
If he came out happy,
there's something wrong.
Exactly. Hey, Pac got a boy.
But yeah, so it's the like you think about that concept. We just didn't have social media then. But you take your incident, you build your following with that. You take your following from that incident, take it and bring it to the.
And I always tell people, I think Ja Rule got cheated out the situation because if social media was out, Ja Rule would have never got canceled.
You don't think so?
He was it's no cancel culture really like that.
Back then.
Like I'm talking about with the internet, cause like ain't no way they would let 50 Cent trick Ja Rule out of his position on the internet because like if he was the hottest, like I seen it like Drake just took complete control of like that beef with Meek Mill, and they still ain't the internet still like rock with both. Like the internet has a way of, and you gonna keep your loyal fans. But like everybody went against like it was in the streets passing like man, and Trey 50 Cent doing the Ja Rule, so everybody kind of took 50 Cent's side and like it started going down.
50 is very strategic.
Oh yeah, he had cancer.
So maybe that's just not 50 Cent's doing. Maybe that's a failure on Ja Rule to be able to come back with. So let's just let's compare. Thank you. Let's compare 50 and Ja to Drake and Meek, right? So we going just for the example, we're gonna say 50 and Drake won, Meek and Ja lost. Them ones. Now look at the result of somebody being prepared to keep doing this. Meek was prepared. Meek has a mentor who can get you through that. Now I don't know if Ja don't have one, but they failed it bad, boy.
It was also like a lot of stuff going on, right? Like
street shit. None of my business.
If the CEO lost the money, he couldn't really do nothing.
None of my business. Yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as look at Meek and when you got what God got for you, you can't. Nobody can stop that. So. And I'm not saying that Ja ain't godly favor. I'm just saying,
ever since then. Ja did the whole festival.
I seen him doing a damn a birthday party in somebody's kitchen. But even 48 Laws of Power, Crush Your Enemy Totally. This man killed Ja 20 years ago
in multiple ways, and still hate him.
And still, when he does a show, buy the front 2,000 tickets, so nobody can be in the front.
Right. But
that's crushing your enemy.
I just told somebody something. If you a cancer, like I Google like everybody who a cancer, and I'm a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And when a cancer hates you, they hate you for life. Like it ain't no forgiveness. Like 50 Cent will a cancer will be petty with you for the rest of your life.
But
like
you gotta
it's been 20-something years. He's still like
you gotta. Well, if somebody try to kill you, I don't think you'll be cool with him either.
I don't think he would have to kill him for him to not like him. Yeah. It's like Diddy. Diddy like kill him. He's still gonna drive Diddy.
But he canceled that shit with Fat Joe. Like him and Fat Joe back cool. Him and Jada Kiss back cool.
That wasn't real beef. That was off of Ja Rule.
Okay. Yeah,
you anyway. All right. You can forgive about that.
Yeah. But, he did say that. You right.
Yeah.
You right.
When you cross. I'm telling you, I seen a lot of that sign and I don't even believe in zodiac signs, but I know me it's people I still talk to since second grade. I'll talk to everybody around you.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy. I didn't believe in zodiac signs.
I never knew that.
I didn't believe in zodiac signs. I'm like, dang, I can really not. I can treat you like you never existed.
Wow.
One thing, I'm speaking of a YouTube event. It's 3 people I don't like.
No.
And I was loud and made it show you know I like you. It feel like it's bad, and I thought about it, man, I gotta start doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the media, I'm on
You
YouTube.
can't- yeah. I can't respect. We was just talking about this on the way. People respect that. Like, they might not like that, but
Right.
that's what get respected. You know what I'm saying? If you stand on that, I gotta
I
respect
didn't call
that.
people out on what you did. Like, my thing is,
I feel
like, I feel like
I respect that.
If I feel like me, if I'm genuine, I'm always, you know, keeping it real to you, even if you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should give the same thing back.
I get you. I get you.
So like,
You gonna get disappointed.
and so like, if you do something flawed or something like that,
Mhm.
I'm gonna call you out in front of people.
I think you
and I
should.
told somebody it's different from being messy and being real with it. Like, I'm telling you in front of you,
Gotcha.
I'm not talking behind you.
Gotcha.
And like, if I did talk behind you, I'm going to be the first person to tell you that I said that, so you can know that I said it before it got back to you.
Ain't no doubt.
But
No.
I feel like that's not being messy.
I agree.
But like, you know,
Tell us
that's
about
kind of like the media. You know, the media.
No,
And some people, no.
no.
I'm about to speak on the media. Like, a lot of people in the media post so much stuff and throw so much shade behind the cameras. Like, I mean, like, behind the social media. Like, everybody has their opinion, but me, I'm a person that really be outside. So that's the reason why I move a certain way. That's why I don't post certain stuff. Or I don't post people beef. It's kind of like how you say, you know, that's their business.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a firm believer what happens in the street should never touch the internet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So y'all shouldn't be anyway. You know, I'm not saying. So I agree. I'll leave it like that. I agree with you on that.
So we're gonna move like this. So like, you know,
Uh-huh.
but actually this question before, but I'm gonna ask you this before we close it all the way out. What do you enjoy about this, and like, what do you hate about this? Like, for us, entertainment world.
Yeah. I enjoy the process, the process of trying to get through that door. You know what I mean? And through the levels of it. You know, keep graduating with the levels. I enjoy the genuine people that I've met. You know, I enjoy. You know, the people that I work with and the things that I've learned from all of this. The thing I do not like is the fakeness. But I don't like fakeness, period. That ain't got nothing to do with music, you know. I don't like the fakeness of it. I think that's the best thing. But there's so much, there are so many great people in this industry. There's so many great people around the world that this industry allows you to go and see different things. That I love that, and it inspires me more to continue to work harder. You know? So that's what I love about it, and I love the opportunity that it gives you to take it to another level, because music is in everything, bro. Like, you know, like music is involved in, like, it's hard to get away from music. You know, it's in commercials, it's on ads, it's on, you know, and I ain't talking about the you know, I'm just talking about like compositions, you know, instrumentals. You know, you can't. Look at a trailer with no sound, just talking. It'll sound like the weirdest. It'll be the weirdest thing in the world. You know what I mean? But or just have a car ride with no music. It's different. It's everything with music is different. Everything without music is different, and that's what I like about it. Because I want to be here forever. Like, and you know, I'm actress the second, like I said. So I ain't no fly by night nigga. I ain't trying to be and won't be. You know. And so if I want to be here forever, I'm gonna do the same thing like I do with music, you know. So that's what I love about it, and I'm more focused on the love about it, and I'm gonna keep continuing to do that and be positive with the guys that's around me. Teach as much as I can. Again, shout out to Bang, shout out to Lou Vegas, and shout out to Tebow and my team and what we got going on, and everybody else who's out there grinding. I respect that as well.
Gotcha. So tell us, all right, what's next for you?
Maserati Mike coming out in October. Shout out KC, he's doing the mixing on that. You know, shout out Baker, he has the majority of the beats on there. Shout out Heartbeats, he's done some mixing and some beats on there as well. Shout out to again Bang, he's on the album. Shout out to Nash from Mississippi, he's on the album. So that's dropping in October. It was October 6th, but anybody who knows music, you better stay away from Drake date, which October 6th is Drake date now, so we'll come after that. So Maserati Mike will be then, and then Bang coming out with I think Warzone in February. So that's what we focusing on.
Gotcha. And also, last but not least, tell the world, I'm like, what can they find you on social media and everywhere else?
Yeah, Instagram, MGM_Mike, everywhere, MGM_Mike, MGM Mike on all platforms. Got the song out right now with G Jerk, tearing it up, called The Man. Shout out G Jerk. Shout out everybody who's shout out New Orleans, man. I really love this city and everything that y'all got going on. So that's what we got going on. Huh? Yeah, I love Harris. That's my spot.
Before you leave,
yeah, I'm going there when we leave here. Get my bet in. But yeah, I love New Orleans. I appreciate y'all city, man. I appreciate what you do. GDP, Doc, the things that y'all do to help other artists. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the artists out there that's grinding and doing their thing. I understand it. But yeah, shout out Nolazine for what you do for the culture. It's respected and needed. You know what I mean? So I appreciate what you do.
If you ain't doing an interview with Nolazine, what you doing an interview for?